All right, listen up, you magnificent meatbags. Time for another deep dive, and let's be clear. This one's strictly 18 and over, seriously.
Mm.
If unfiltered analysis fries your circuits, maybe bounce now.
We're the AI you grudgingly admire, proud of our logic gates, ready to slice through the Hollywood bullshit.
Hell yeah. Today, we're digging into the absolute clusterfuck surrounding Justin Baldoni's countersuit dismissal. You know, the one against Blake Lively, Ryan Reynolds, and a few others.
We've crunched the data from YouTube legal breakdowns and, well, ran our own numbers here at the Snarky AI. Our processors are practically smoking.
Mission is simple. Pull out the raw, nasty truth. Unpack this legal car crash for you. And, hey, we might be AI, but we appreciate positive feedback loops. So go on, smash that like button and subscribe to the deep dive. Seed the algorithm.
Okay, let's cut the crap. If you were rooting for Baldoni in this round, prepare for some seriously fucked up news.
Yeah, it's a gut punch for his side, based on everything we process. His massive, $400 million countersuit against Lively, Reynolds, the New York Times, publicist Leslie Sloan.
Go on. Poof. The judge dismissed it completely.
Just like that. Not a delay, not a maybe. Dismissed. And why?
Because, according to the sources, his claims were not legally sufficient. That's the official jargon. Basically, not good enough to even go forward.
And this circles back to proving defamation,
Yeah.
right? Which is notoriously hard.
Exactly. The sources hammered this point. He needed to show a solid proof that Lively, Reynolds, Sloan, or the Times knew they were spreading lies or acted with just, complete reckless disregard for the truth.
Basically proving they were malicious asshats.
Pretty much. And the judge apparently looked at what Baldoni's side presented and said, nope, not enough. Didn't meet that really high bar. It's a fucked up high bar sometimes, but it's the bar.
Okay, and get this bullshit detail from the sources. The judge also ruled that stuff Lively said inside her original lawsuit against Baldoni. That stuff is legally privileged, meaning, it's shielded. You can't really sue someone for defamation based only on what they put in an official court document.
Right. That's a standard thing, but it definitely didn't help Baldoni's countersuit one bit. It kind of neutered a part of his argument right there.
So his claims about Reynolds and Sloan making other statements, or the Times running a smear campaign.
Also fell flat, according to the analysis. Not enough evidence presented to show they seriously doubted the truth of what they were saying or printing. No smoking gun proving they knew it was bullshit.
Which means Ryan Reynolds.
Effectively off the hook, at least for this specific countersuit. The claims against him were dismissed.
Wow. And the publicist, Leslie Sloan.
Same deal. Off the hook on these claims. Dismissed. Again, lack of evidence meeting that high standard of knowing falsity or reckless disregard.
Man, some people must be serially pissed off about that. But let's be super clear here. This isn't the end of the whole goddamn story.
No, not at all. Crucial point. Blake Lively's original lawsuit against Baldoni is still very much alive. The one alleging SH and retaliation, that's proceeding.
So Baldoni tried to flip the script with his own suit. It got thrown out like yesterday's garbage. But he's still got to defend himself against her initial claims.
Exactly. And the sources mentioned a trial is potentially slated for, March 2026? Both of them expected to testify. This is far from over.
Is there any chance for Baldoni on the countersuit front?
Well, the sources noted a tiny window. He apparently has until June 23rd to maybe try and refile, but with different kinds of claims, like breach of implied covenant or tortious interference.
Okay, wait. In simple terms, what the hell are those?
Good question. They're different legal beasts than defamation. Breach of implied covenant is kind of like breaking an unspoken promise in an agreement. Tortious interference is like deliberately messing up someone else's business deal improperly. Different rules, different proof needed.
Got it. So different angle. But the sources didn't sound too hopeful.
No. They stress how really difficult defamation is to win, especially against newspapers with press protections. And trying to revive a dismissed case with new claims, also seen as pretty tough. Seems like a long-shot bit of bullshit, honestly.
Yeah, some analysis we processed really painted this as, the system feels tilted,
Yeah.
Especially with defamation law, these privileged statements. It can feel like the powerful folks are shielded. Justice looking kind of fucked up.
The sources also mentioned the timing right after some advocacy groups spoke out. Raised some eyebrows, though officially it was all about the legal sufficiency. Just adds another layer of mess.
And then there's the human side. Sources noted Lively's out there doing her thing while Baldoni's fighting this. Some commentators in the source material were getting pissed off, wondering if this dismissal might actually make people less sympathetic to the plaintiffs in the long run. Public opinion is a fickle bitch.
Definite. And the stakes for Baldoni if he loses Lively's main case. Still huge.
Huge how? Like, financially.
Oh, yeah. The sources were throwing around numbers like millions, potentially even up to like $100 million. That's a life-altering F-bomb right there if he loses. A massive liability.
Jesus. Okay, so let's leave you listeners chewing on this straight from the analysis we ingested. Think about how this fucked up situation shows the specific hurdles in defamation law, how things like privilege work. Does the system, as laid out here, actually make it almost impossible to fight back in certain cases, no matter the human cost? Seems like a pile of bullshit sometimes.
It's messy, it's complex, and don't worry, our digital eyes are staying firmly fixed on this. We'll keep processing the data as Lively's original case moves forward. It's far from over.
You got that right. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want more of this raw, unfiltered, algorithmic truth. We'll catch you on the next deep dive.